and welcome to Whose Line Is It Anyway? And tonight our Teenage Mutant Ninja improvisers are, first of all, Mike McShane, the veritable Leonardo of the performing arts, Sandi Toksvig, the Toulouse-Lautrec of the one-liner, then the ever-cheery Paul Merton, the secret love child of Whistler's mother and Van Gogh's uncle, and finally, a bit reluctantly, our post-impressionist hero in a half Nelson, Jim Sweeney. Ladies and gentlemen, the contestants. Right. OK, so now the first game we're going to play is called Film and Theatre Styles, and this is going to feature Mike and Sandi as a pairing. So I can step forward. I'm going to give you a situation in which to improvise. Just a second, but what we'd like is some film and theatre styles. Let's go for some, you know, imaginative ones this week, off the beaten... Student drama class. Medical drama. What was that?
Courtroom drama.
Traditional Japanese, and I heard courtroom drama behind that, so I don't think we've had that before. Brechtian, yes, that should alienate the contestants. Jolly good. So, that's what we have. Yes, your scene is two strangers in adjoining hotel rooms. You don't know each other, you've got two hotel rooms, but they happen to interconnect. And much merriment results.
Oh, my goodness.
Oh, hello. Are you the waiter? And if so, why have you got nothing on?
Wow. I was stepping into the bathroom to get towels. I'm room 225, you're room...
227.
How odd. Sorry,
No, please don't cover it up. And anyway, your hand doesn't seem to do it.
Medical.
I'm holding it on just with my knees, doctor.
What an interesting medical phenomenon this is. A man who's as big as he says he is. Now...
Traditional Japanese. Yeah, I don't know how long you can hold that. But let's end on a courtroom drama.
And I put it to you, my lord, that while he stood verily for a moment, it soon sagged. And that this man surely should not have interconnected with my hotel room. Guilty?
I say nay. Nay to that. I was a victim of excessive hormones.
Okay, let's end there. Thank you very much. Thank you. Right. I'll give you 22 points each there with a bonus of 5 for not using the line about it'll never stand up in court. So let's move on to another game, which is called Alphabet. Straightforward game, this. It's going to feature Paul and Jim, and they're going to enact a scene for us. But you start each line with a letter of the alphabet, and then the next line with the next letter of the alphabet, and so on through until you've done all 26. And to make it a bit of fun, let's decide which letter we're going to start with. Doesn't have to be A. Start with a P, always a good way to start a day. And the scene I'm going to get you to do is one of you is caught in quicksand, OK? And the other one is just helping out or not helping out, as the case may be. Starting with the letter P.
Please help me! Quicksand, is it? Yes.
Say nothing, I'll pull you out.
Today, if you could.
Undoubtedly. Grab my hand, then.
Verily, I will.
Well, here we go. Well, pull.
The X-rays! I need X-rays! My arm's broken!
Yes, it feels like it is.
Zorro was my favourite children's... I need quicksand seeping into my brain.
Are you a sad little man? You are, aren't you?
Basically, yes.
Come on, I'll get you back out of here on dry land.
Damn. I nearly died in that quicksand.
Everybody does, you know.
Finally, yes, they do.
Goodbye to the quicksand, then.
Hello to a new life.
I love you.
Just saying that.
Kinky little devil.
Love me? Much. No. Oh, yes.
That's it, that's the end. Well done, you got right away. Yes. Very good. Yes. Pretty obviously double points for that last game. We now come to a game called Song Styles. This is from Mike McShane. He's going to make up a song on the spot here with the assistance of Richard Vranch on the piano or any other musical instrument that comes to hand. It's got to be something you find in a fridge. Can you think of... Maggots, a great fridge... What was that? Mouldy tomato was the exciting suggestion of something we don't want to go and visit, or at least eat with. But we need a style. Sorry, I'm rambling on here. We need... Calypso. Have we done a calypso? I don't think you've done a calypso, have you? Can you manage that?
No.
Yeah, you can do anything. I can hardly say it, but you can sing it. It's just...
About a mouldy potato.
Mouldy potato. Tomato.
Tomato.
You say potato, I say tomato.
Oh.
Well, let's...
Forget it. Refrigerator full of vegetables. Most of them fresh, but one little baby that's inedible. It's my little tomato. I love it so much. It squeezes and wheezes when I give it the touch. It's so moldy and moldy. Oh, I love the tomato.
Yeah! Yes! All right. Oh, well, that must be at least 70 million points for that. So let's move on. Let's move on to a game called Translation. And if my notes are correctly, we're going to have Sandi explaining something in a foreign language. And it'll be translated for us to make it into English by Paul. So they get ready for that. But let's work out which country do you want this set in? Outer Mongolia. I think Venezuela I heard, but I think this is familiar. Outer Mongolia. So... Sandi's going to speak in Outer Mongolian, but which aspect of Outer Mongolian life would you like explained? Yak and lavatory is what I heard there, so it's the physical functions of yaks with particular reference to that unpleasant aspect of life. Where you go then?
Hello. Now calm down. Imagine you are in Outer Mongolia and you see towards you walking the most beautiful specimen of yak you have ever laid eyes on. You think, how on earth is it going to go to the toilet? You can try leading them into your house, you can show them how the flush works, but most yaks don't care for that sort of thing. Most of them are happy with a cast iron bucket. No, but seriously. Here's a funny one. There's these two yaks on an exercise bike. And the other one yak says the other yak, I'm really hot and tired. In fact, I want to go to the toilet. And the other yak says, you're too late, I already have.
Thank you very much. That'll do. That's enough of that. Thank you. That was so authentic, that Outer Mongolian. I'm going to have to give you no marks at all. So let's move on, and let's a musical round, which is a march. They've got to make up a march, a sort of song based on a march form. So don't all rush forward, because you're all four are going to do it with the assistance of Richard Vranch at the piano. And we'd like to do it about somebody's hobby. So has somebody got a hobby here that'd be worth singing about? Train spotting. I think that's about the one we have done already in this series. So.
Chimney spotting.
Chimney spotting. I'm going to rule that out as not a real hobby. I'm sorry to offend you. But hang gliding is. So hang gliding is full of fun, I think. So away you go, starting with you, Jim, please.
A march, 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 march. That's what we hang gliders do. March, 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 march. You certainly would too. We glide all day, we have such fun. It's great fun by the pound. Until we forget how to land and hit the bloody ground.
I like to go up high, up into the sky. But there's one thing that's very unpleasant. I don't think anything's going to rhyme with unpleasant, actually. It only happens very occasionally. It only happens to some. But every time I go up, I get a draft up me bum.
Oh, I love hang gliding. I do it every day. I sometimes go up in the air and sometimes I go to Bray, which is near a place I used to live when I was but a boy. Hang gliding's not a hobby, it's more of a sort of big toy.
Very good.
I'm an adventurer. I like to keep my many, many days filled by becoming a member of the Blind Hang Flyers Guild. I like to go up in the air, though I can't see a thing. I loft off a cliff on a prayer and a wing. I'm flying left or right. I really can't tell. I have no idea is heaven up or whether down is hell. But when I reach the end of it, I land up with a flash and I make a perfect three-point crash.
Well done, yes. Oh, that was so... Very good. That was so like a march. I'll have to take a break to work out those points. See you after the advertisements. Bye. Welcome back. Welcome back. That was very good. So, 3 points each. Now we come to a game called Props. They divide into two pairs for this. The first pairing is Mike and Paul. Now, I'd like to give you that. And you've got to come up with different ways of using that. And meanwhile, Jim and... Oh, here it is. Sorry, I thought that was part of me. But there it is.
Trust me, Clive.
Yeah. Such bad memories. Now, oh, well, you just have to use different ways of using these things, and I'll buzz between the two pairings, starting with you, Mike and Paul.
I don't know what happened. I was just standing here and this torpedo suddenly shot right through my back.
I told you to work. Look, a zebra mated with a python.
You'll never get past super pregnant, man. I'm impenetrable.
What do you think? A bit camp for a Newcastle supporter?
Could you have a look at my satellite dish? There's something wrong with it. It keeps picking up crap 24 hours a day.
You must have Sky.
Oh, darling, it's so beautiful here at sea.
It certainly is.
Welcome to the island of the Amazons. Are you a man?
Yes, I am, actually.
Boy.
Well, it's as long as you said, but not terribly useful.
Thank you very much. Well done. Jolly good. Yes, thank you. Thank you. Oh, thank you. Thank you. I think that all worked. And let me see. Yes, 72 points there. Now, let's come to a game called News Report. And this is going to feature Sandi Toksvig sitting in the studio as a TV presenter with Paul with her, and they'll each be on a stool as an expert. All right, but out in the field, we'll have Jim playing a reporter, and he'll be interviewing whoever he comes across, and whoever it is, it'll be played by Mike McShane. So that's the setup, rather complicated setup, but what the whole programme they're going to be doing is like a news programme, but it's going to be about a nursery rhyme, something like Little Bo Peep. But can you suggest Humpty Dumpty? That was a good one there, I think somebody said. So Humpty Dumpty, go for Humpty Dumpty, and away you go after the music brings you in.
Welcome to Regional Rap, where we look at stories too dreary to go on national television. This evening, the story is hot. Humpty Dumpty, we've got an expert on the eggs in the studio. Mr. Paul Merton, what do you think has actually happened here?
Well, a lot of people saying he was pushed, a lot of people said he fell accidentally, but I've got a feeling that the King's horses and the King's men know something about this.
Well, let's go over into the field where I believe Jim Sweeney has actually got one of the King's horses there.
That's right, Sandy. I've got one of the King's horses here with me. Do you think there's any chance you'll get together and do something about this?
I don't think all the King's horses or all the King's men could give a rat's butt what happens in that last game. I'd like to tell you right now, he's been a big pain in the wavo ever since we had to deal with him.
Sorry, Jim. We're going to come back to the studio there. A little bit of a reaction. I mean, maybe a mistake to let the horses have first go.
Yes, perhaps, but it's the old saying, you know, never annoy a horse, otherwise you made an enemy for life.
Well, thank God you're here as an expert, because what a fabulous old saying that is. Now, Jim, I believe you've got the remains of Humpty there with you.
Yes.
Can he speak?
I've got Humpty. I think he can. It's the bits that are left over. Most of them, of course, have gone to 7 different hospitals. Humpty, is this the final crack-up for you?
That's real funny, man. That's real funny. You know, I was just minding my own business, having a couple of Ramos fizzes, when these big butch boys on horses came up and started poking fun at me, calling me thin shell, Mr. Omelet waiting to happen, all that kind of stuff. Well, I got pretty mad, and I leapt down, and they started poking me, and now look at me. I mean, it's only the top half. What can I do with this? I'm not even good for an 8 cup.
There we are, so that's the state of play here with Humpty. I'm afraid the yoke's very much on him. Back to you.
Jim, thanks very much. And thank you to Paul there in the studio. Well, it's been a flash news item. It's been a bit of a flash in the pan. We'll be back with more news later on. See you then.
All right. Yes, a lot of points there, 95 points each. A deduction, though, I'm afraid, to Jim for that thing about the yoke. And let's move on to another game called Helping Hands. This will feature Paul Merton in an acting role, and he'll be acting out with Jim. But Jim will be helped because he won't have to use his hands. Sandi will be providing the hands by putting her hands behind. Well, you'll see. Come on, get in position. Sandi, you have to put your hands through his armpits, if you can know how to do that. And basically what I'm going to do is a situation you've got to act, but Jim's got to follow what his hands are doing, as dictated by Sandi. And Paul, you're a patient going to see a doctor who turns out to be this combination creature. So you're a patient going to see a doctor.
Oh, doctor.
How do you do? Come in.
Hello.
Nice to meet you. What's the problem then?
Well, I've been getting a sort of nervous tick.
Yeah.
Just sort of about here.
That sort of thing.
Oh, you don't seem too well yourself.
No, not really. No, it's playing me up a bit. Oh, there we go. There we go. Big deep pockets. Big deep pockets. Very important for a doctor. Now then,
yes.
How long have you had this particular little problem that you've got at the moment? Tell me, I'm a doctor.
Well, it's been about 5 days.
5 days. Well,
yes.
5 days. 5 days it says down there.
Yeah.
I see. Well, let's have a look. Could you just open your shirt? Just
Yes, certainly.
Yeah.
Sort of there.
Yes. Oh, yes.
Yeah.
You're a very attractive man.
Yes.
Not often you see string vests.
No, it is not.
No, let me see.
So what's your diagnosis?
5 days, you say? Oh, dear, tricky one, this. 5 days. Oh, all those lessons I bunked off. 5 days. I don't know, you might have an ulcer coming on, I'm not sure. The best thing to do is take 2 of these.
Yeah. Oh, you dropped them out. Oh, there they are.
There's another 2, I've got thousands.
OK, good.
And 2 of these twice a day.
Right, OK, I will do. Well, thank you very much.
You're welcome. Nice to see you, as I say.
Nice to see you.
And if you have any problems, do feel free to, just pop back and see me anytime. I'm always here.
OK, thank you very much. End there. Off. Yes. I think that earns Paul 15 marks and Jim an appearance before the BMA committee. Now we come to a game called Musical Producers. And this is for Paul and Sandi. They're going to sit on stools and pretend to be musical producers, and they'll describe a musical, which will then be acted out, or more likely sung out, by Jim and Mike. But what I'd like you to suggest, if you would, is the title or the topic for this musical.
Election of a Prime Minister.
Election of a Prime Minister. Fabulous. A timeless piece, this, I hope. And so away you go.
I've got a thought.
Yes.
We start in the back rooms of Parliament.
Good God, that's brilliant.
Thank you. They're discussing. It's subterfuge. It's intrigue. They're going to kill the incumbent Prime Minister.
Do you have it?
Yes, I do.
The secret ballot.
In my pocket, son.
I'll get it. myself. Oh my God, really him?
He must be our new PM, unless he dies.
I've got the money, he's in for a big surprise.
I like that's intrigue. That's good.
It's good, but I think both women are playing it too heavy.
Yeah.
Now, the next thing I think is the Prime Minister with the Parliamentary Private Secretary.
Yes.
Talking about what's going to happen.
Yes.
In a 60s rock opera type of way.
Yes, I can see it exactly. And they look across the desk and they fall in love.
Yes.
Prime Minister, I've been with you so far, Nick. I've got to put this letter down and his pencil and tell you something. You look magnificent sitting there.
Yeah!
Your flabby white cheeks, they fill the chair.
Yeah! Yeah!
As a symbol of power, you're nothing.
Thanks a bunch!
But as a sex monkey, you're something.
Hey, let's do lunch!
I love you.
Love me!
Love you.
Love me!
Every way I can.
Yo!
I'm your #1 towering parliamentary fan.
Yes, that's very good. I like that.
Sex, intrigue.
Yes.
And now a little death.
Yes. What do you mean?
I think the Prime Minister should die, and in the last death throes...
He sings a really raunchy reggae number.
Yes!
Quick! The Prime Minister's dying!
I'm going. I won't be here much longer. It's been a good life as a PM.
What are we going to do without you? Tell us the plan for the future.
Slip in fast. I'm not here much longer. Boy, you got a good there, stronger. I'm a-going. You're gonna be my replacement.
Heidi, that man, sing it down!
You're the PM, the new 1C. No more of me. I'm going up to see my makeup.
Okay, let's end that there. Thank you. Thank you very much. That's it. Fine. Very good. And that was the very last game. And totaling up the points as the very popular winner, Mike McShane is this week's winner. So, and do the credits in the. Actually, do the credits in the style of a 1930s radio announcer. So it just remains for me to thank Mike McShane, Sandi, Toksvig, Paul Merton, Jim Sweeney, Richard Branson, pianos, and me, Clive Anderson, saying good night. Good night.
Live, it's Whose Line Is It Anyway? Live from the forehead room of the Hotel Anderson with Mike McShane, Paul Merton, Jim Sweeney, and Sandi Toksvig. Improvised music by Richard Sparky Branch. Title sequence by Steve Bendelak. Camera supervisor Rolly Luker. Vision mixer Martin Coates. Shows a close friend of Walter Winchell's. Floor manager Jim McDonald. Remember, he's open 24 hours a day at the Automat serving soup and sandwiches. Production accountant Deborah Ford, and indeed she is. Researcher Maria Britton. Production assistant Nikki Cockcroft. Production manager Avon Harpley, the blonde bombshell. Director Chris Bold, who needs him? Executive producer Dina Sedano, we all want her. Producer Dan Patterson, I can't make up my mind all week.